Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm super excited to be sharing with you how you can balance your hormones and boost the metabolism for sustainable weight loss. Alright, so if you don't already know me, I'm Antonia Dow and I'm a nutrition and fitness coach, and I help women reignite their metabolism, and I specialize and focus on hormone health and hormone balance for sustainable weight loss. And to give you a little bit of a background of my story and what I've been able to achieve myself, I've lost 13 kilos by simply educating myself on what proper nutrition looks like after many, and I'm talking many, years of failed dieting attempts. And little did I know back then that jumping from, one fad diet to another actually completely ruined my metabolism, and I managed to put my hormones out of whack without even realizing the damage that I was causing. And I was what I call like a healthy sugar addict. I was falling for all the things like the healthy muesli bars and mueslis in general and orange juice and all of those things with hidden sugars. And I knew I had to get comfortable with actually being uncomfortable, and not only eat better and move more, but also create a healthy relationship with food again, which I've lost along the years. And it was really important for me in order to be able to overcome my dieting mentality. And at first, I would go on to the next best thing like intermittent fasting or keto, and I would lose a few kilos, but then I was stuck in that dreaded weight loss plateau, and I continued to cut more calories, and I increased my exercise, which is what you're being told by the weight loss industry, right? If you want to lose weight. But it wasn't until I actually started to focus on my hormones and metabolism that I was able to lose the last 10 kilos. And this is what I want to share with you today. And the problem with the current or today's weight loss industry is that basically the idea that you have to lose weight is to reduce your calories and increase your movement, right? So this is really, really true to a degree. However, it's not the full picture, and there is a lot more to that when it comes to weight loss, especially for women, going through the different stages from perimenopause to menopause and beyond. And that's exactly what I want to share with you here today. And there's just so much conflicting information out there when it comes to weight loss. It's confusing to you, as it has been to me, to the point where you don't know what you should and should not be doing anymore, in order to not only lose the weight, but actually to be able to keep the weight off once you've lost it. And what we're not being told is by the weight loss industry that jumping from diet to diet is messing with your hormones and it's wrecking your metabolism along the way. Your current reality, you've probably been jumping from challenge to challenge and trying any diet under the sun, just like I did myself. Maybe Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, keto, intermittent fasting, you name it, and you most likely got very little to show for the hard work you've been putting in. So it's a real struggle to be consistent, and you end up overeating and most likely feeling guilty afterwards. So you're kind of like trapped in the dieting hamster wheel, and what you've potentially tried in the past that temporarily worked back then when you're younger might not be working for you now. So maybe you experienced since having children or going through perimenopause and menopause, you might find that you are in this hormonal roller coaster, which is making weight loss virtually impossible to you. And you might also feel like that your confidence is extremely low, and all you want is a proven plan that actually gets you the results, right? Not just a few kilos here and there, but actually getting to reach your entire goals, and then being able to keep the weight off as well, because you want to feel better in your clothes, and you want to get over that frustration that nothing actually fits anymore in your wardrobe. Yeah, so you might be wondering now what? So you're ready to make some changes and you just don't know where to start in order to see progress. It's like you are stuck in a bit of a hamster wheel and just actually want something that works for you, but also your lifestyle and other commitments. And your hormones might be robbing you of energy. You get things like, pesky food cravings from craving carbs or craving sugars that make you fall off the wagon time after time, each time you're trying to start over again on a Monday, and you want to feel good in your own skin again and create healthy habits that you can actually stick to. But you are wondering how you can balance your hormones and turn your body into a fat burning machine by working on your metabolism. And today I'm going to show you how you can create the body you desire by addressing hormone health and by making your metabolism doing most of the heavy lifting for you. So I want to just give you a couple of examples. So Kirsty, my client, she came to me and she was totally frustrated because she was unable to keep the results she worked so hard for. And she has, just like many of us women, has tried many different diets. She would drop weight fast initially, but then she was actually able to keep it off, and she was stuck in the vicious dieting cycle. So she really disliked her minnow belly, and we basically were able to create a plan that's right for her based on her hormone type and her unique hormonal situation. And by eating in a way that supports her hormonal and metabolic situation, she instantly started to feel less stressed about the whole thing of what she should be doing and not be doing, and she had better mood throughout the day, and it gave her that feeling that she actually liked herself again, which is really important. And Tracy, so let me now share with you what Tracy has been able to accomplish. So Tracy had years of struggling and, going from diet to diet, but she has invested in coaching for the sake of herself, her health, and her 2 children. So what we did is we took her body out of metabolic adaptation and we got her eating over 2,300 calories a day. Now you're gonna have to bear with me on this one, but she didn't even have to do any cardio, and she just completed the at-home workouts that are provided with the coaching program, and they're only 15 to 20 minutes long, and she only did them 3 times a week, and she's basically down 20 kilos, which is the equivalent to 3 dress sizes down, and she's continuing to crush her goals. And then you've got Gemma. So Gemma, like many women I talk to, her life was punctuated with sugar, especially in the evenings, right? So she would, after a busy day at work and after looking her teenage children, finally sit down and relax to watch her favorite Netflix series until the cravings would hit her hard. And what we did is we started to focus on balancing Gemma's hormones. So she's in that classic perimenopausal stage at the age of 41, and we actually gave her body the nutrients it needed. And we also looked at her trigger points, and that allowed us to put a solid strategy into place. And during the Weight Loss Mastery program has allowed Gemma to finally eliminate her nighttime cravings and drastically increase her energy levels, which is amazing. So the Weight Loss Mastery program is specifically designed for women, and it's based on the 4M framework. So you have mindset in there, movement, meals, and metabolics, and they all play a huge part when it comes to balancing your hormones and actually losing weight in a sustainable way. So if we look at mindset first, so mindset is basically the strong base for your female metabolism. The female metabolism is far more sensitive to stress than a man's metabolism, right? So when the female body is stressed, it releases stress hormones such as cortisol, which often gets stored as fat, especially around the midsection. And my program basically focuses focuses on relaxation, recovery, and rest to allow your body to continuously burn fat. And you will also learn how to heal your relationship with food to eliminate common disruptors such as overeating. Going back to stresses, it's not obvious stresses such as, like a demanding job or the kids pushing your buttons or, being in a toxic relationship. It can also be a lack of quality sleep, undereating, overeating, over-exercising. All of those things combined can put the body into a place where it actually wants to hold on to weight as opposed to letting go. Next, we're going to have a look at the component movement. So movement is basically your missing link to fat burning. And in my weight loss mastery program, you learn about non-exercise associated thermogenesis, also often known as NEAT. It's an ignored but crucial part of burning fat in the female body. And to give you an idea, NEAT burns 200% more calories than exercise itself. So it's really, really powerful. And that's why it's such an important component when, you're focusing on sustainable weight loss. And ordinary movement throughout the day causes more fat burning than your daily workouts might. And it doesn't just include walking, it includes all moving throughout the day. And there's specific recommendations based on going through perimenopause and menopause and beyond, depending on where you're at. So next, we're going to have a look at the meals component of the 4M framework. So you want to learn how to actually fuel your body with what it needs. And you'll receive a customized nutrition protocol based on your unique hormonal profile. And how good would it be if you had access to a detailed meal plan with delicious and easy to prepare recipes that are based on your unique hormone type, so you never have to think about what you should be eating. And it's also things like creating your own meals and snacks that work for you and your family. So, you want to be able to include the foods you love, but also be able to, eat the same dinner like your children without having to cook separate meals. So nutrition is a really, really big component here. And lastly, we're going to have a look at metabolics. So metabolics is basically your missing link to fat burning. And imagine working out just for 15 minutes 3 times a week. So the weight loss mastery workouts, they are designed so that you can actually maximize your fat burning results without the need of spending hours exercising or doing long cardio sessions. So that works really, really well if you currently have a super busy schedule and also don't really enjoy exercising. So it goes hand in hand. You'll find that each phase of the program is designed to upgrade your body and the metabolism along the way so that you never actually struggle with hitting another weight loss plateau along the way. Because what happens is you'll do something for the first time, your body burns X amount of calories, and then your metabolism adjusts because it's really, really clever and sort of self-regulating. And then that's when people find they're stuck in a weight loss plateau. So the short workouts don't require any equipment to start with, and you can do them at home, which is really, really handy. It saves you driving to and from the gym, and most of my clients, they actually don't like the gym environment. So you'll find that the workouts are designed to meet you at your current ability, but also your fitness level. So this will cater for limitations and things like injuries as well. Okay, so what you find is that each part of the framework on its own is powerful, but combined they are unstoppable. So it's not just, oh, you sort your nutrition and you sorted, or you sort your movement and you sorted. You need to combine all 4 pillars to get the results. And there's just one more thing that you must have. So say, for example, you could be doing all the exercises and dieting that you want, but if you don't understand your hormones and the metabolism, and pretty much the framework that I just shared with you, you will always struggle to lose weight. Now, this might sound really, really harsh, but you need to create the understanding on how to work with your body and not against your body, because often what we're being told is to exercise more and eat less, but you're actually creating more damage than good, and I'm going to go into that in just a second. So it's not an afterthought, but if you don't have these things in place, you will never be able to reach your goals and keep your weight off. And instead, you'll be doing exactly what, you know, the weight loss industry is telling you by eating less and exercising more. So if you're missing one of these critical pieces, your body will most likely always hold on to that weight, no matter what next thing comes along that you might try from a diet perspective. So even if you have one or two of the four parts, it's like having a house with no infrastructure, right? And the house falls down with nothing left standing. So you really do need the mindset, the movement, the meals, and the metabolics component. So just to give you an idea, this is the point at which my clients come to me because they're basically either stuck from a lack of results and they've been potentially jumping from fad diet to fad diet only to see no results with their efforts. So this is you know, someone that's been doing all the right things like eating really healthily and home cooked meals and focusing on their workouts and stuff, but yet for some reason they're still struggling to get the results. So the other time when clients come to me is when they experience that shift in hormones. So this can make losing weight incredibly difficult, right? So especially for those ladies that are going through perimenopause and menopause and beyond, because things that may have worked for you down the past now seem pretty much impossible, and it's hard getting the results that you are wanting. Right, so to give you an idea of what sustainable weight loss actually looks like. So we want to see sustainable long-term weight loss results where your hormones are balanced, your calories are increasing weekly, and your body fat measurements are decreasing, right? So you want to be able to first focus on hormone balance and metabolic restoration. So this is the part where you're putting your body into that safe place. So you're most likely, if you've been chronically under eating, you're repairing things along the way. You're seeing where you're at. You're pulling yourself out of that body state where the body wants to hold on to weight, and you're putting yourself into the stage where the body wants to let go. So this takes you through to your accelerated fat loss stage. So this is where suddenly you are actually getting rewarded for your efforts and the body is letting go of the weight. And then lastly, you want to be able to focus on that lifestyle integration, because how many programs or how many things have you done where, you know, the talk is all about like lose, you know, X amount of weight in that time, but then there is no emphasis or education or a supply of tools and knowledge required to actually be able to maintain your results. And that's where sadly 99 point whatever it is these days sadly regain the weight that they've lost within a 2-year period, and I don't want that to happen to you. Okay, so how can you balance your hormones and focus on your metabolism for sustainable fat loss? And the truth is, and this is something that like a lot of women struggle to understand and comprehend, but you really can eat the foods you love and still see results. The only issue is that you've never had someone to actually teach you the fundamentals that leaves you in control of your own health and decisions. So basically, education is the byproduct of results alongside committing yourself to a goal, right? But without a pathway, it's going to be really hard for you to actually ultimately achieve your body. And this is where I come in. So I bridge the gap between, you know, like I teach you the foundations of your new life and your identity, and I take you from where you are right now to where you want to be. So it's pretty much life coaching. So you'll need all the pieces put together in order to get results, and knowledge really is power. All right, so let me walk you through the 6-way pathway to get sustainable results. So the 6 components to the pathway to get you to where you want to be is number 1 is assess. Then you're going on to customize, you're talking hormone balance and metabolic restoration, moving on to the fat loss phase, lifestyle integration, and the evolve phase at the end. And let's have a look at each component so you get a bit of a feel of what's involved and what does it actually take to create that pathway to success. So the very first thing that's going to happen is that when you come into my world, we identify your unique hormone type and we awaken your metabolism, basically. We're going to get the body moving again, and we're going to get the body functioning to do the heavy lifting for you without you feeling like you have to give up all the foods you love and spend hours exercising. So we're going to be looking at establishing your maintenance calories, which is going to be the baseline for your nutrition protocol. And it tells us if your body is currently going through metabolic adaptation, which is often happening for those ladies that feel like they're doing all the right things, but the number on the scale isn't shifting. And you're also gonna, in that very first phase, experience the 3 principles of the metabolism and how hormones work, and you're gonna learn how to understand your very own unique hormone type. So this is really, really important. I don't just give you a plan and say, good luck, see you later. I educate you on why you should be focusing on whatever it is that we want you to focus on based on your hormone type, because we are more likely to follow through with things when we actually have a deeper understanding of why we are doing what we are doing, right? So if I just tell you go and do this and do that, you might do it for a while, but then what happens, the program is over and you're left on your own, and then you most likely revert back to old habits. So we don't want that. So another huge component of the assess phase number 1, is that you're going to establish a workout routine, and you're going to focus on increasing daily movement in a way that actually fits your schedule and other commitments, so you don't feel like you need an hour or 2 out of your day just to be able to focus on your goals. Right, so number 2, this is the exciting bit. So here we get to customize, and we're putting everything together, and we're basically creating your own nutrition protocol based on your hormone profile. So you're going to learn the secrets for sustainable weight loss through reverse dieting and why past diets have failed you. And you're going to focus on regular meals and balancing your blood sugar levels, and we're going to look at identifying your bubble and trigger foods whilst addressing nutrient deficiencies to fix cravings and to overcome binge eating situations along the way, which is very, very common when you're going through a restrictive phase. Right, so number 3, now we're really into halfway phase, so we're focusing on your hormone balance and metabolic restoration. You're going to overcome pesky food cravings. We're going to get you off the sugar safely. You will learn easy steps to increase your hydration. We're looking at establishing new habits based around stress management, self-care, and overcoming limiting beliefs, because at the end of the day, your mindset might also be holding you back, and we're gonna give you the education that you need, outlining the best lifestyle strategies for your hormone type. Remember earlier on I was saying someone going through perimenopause needs a different protocol based to someone going through menopause and beyond, because we are going through the different cycles. It's really important to actually have a customized approach that's going to work for you and where you are at currently in your hormonal situation. So you're going to feel like that your mood is a lot more balanced in this phase, improved sleep and reduced hot flashes if that's something that you're currently experiencing, and you're also going to have increased energy, and you'll be able to create a healthier relationship with food. And then once we progress you through to the fat loss phase, which is phase number 4, you will notice that you get enhanced fat burning kicking in. You're building the foundation, you're creating sustainability for long-term success, and you are actually going to learn the secret fat loss formula that allows you to never hit a weight loss plateau again, which is amazing. So you're never going to feel like you're stuck and you're not being able to, be rewarded for the efforts that you're putting in. You also get access to required tools and strategies to stop sabotaging your weight loss journey. Okay, so this is another really, really big component. And one of the good side benefits of the fat loss phase, apart from obviously losing the weight, is that your brain is going to be a lot sharper. So it's going to enhance your thinking, and you're going to be able to clear brain fog as well. You also, as another positive side effect, start to develop tight, lean muscles, so which decreases fat itself. And then phase number 5. So here is where we talk about lifestyle integration. So obviously you're going to have enhanced body shape. You're going to be super close towards your final end goal. And you'll experience less overall aches and pains. And you'll find that blood pressure levels have also dropped, right? So you will also be at the point where you can adjust your protocol and you can actually maintain your results. You're going to feel confident with social outings, and you're going to be able to stay on track while on holiday without giving up all the fun stuff and without missing out on any social interactions. And you're also going to be practicing mindful eating. Right, so lastly, phase number 6 is the evolve phase. So you're going to be at the point where you're naturally going to be inspiring family and friends around you through leading by example, because you now have the knowledge, you've got the tools and skills, and you are pretty much the strongest version of yourself, and you understand that there is always going to be room for improvement, and you will learn to and how to adjust your nutrition protocol for continued success. And you'll also find that your metabolic rate through the reverse dieting stage is increasing, and you get to decide where you want your maintenance calories to be. So, and when it comes to your workouts, you're still going to be able to continuously work out at a level of intensity and capability that allows slow but continued progression throughout. Right, so all of these phases, as you can see, they're totally doable. So you're talking all up 2 to 3 hours a week is all you need to fully work on yourself and your goals, and to actually educate you along the way. And this includes eating nourishing meals without spending hours of cooking, completing all of your workouts, and educating yourself on how to become the person that you want to become. So with my help and guidance, you find the right balance between, the direction that works best for you and your unique current situation, which makes it very, very customizable. But no matter what your situation is, it's got to fit into the 4M framework, right? So the principle remains the same. And I just want to share you some more testimonials with you. So this is Pauline. So Pauline has a history of feeling sluggish, and she's been dealing with cravings for foods like carbs and sugary cravings. And she's had those cravings ever since she was a child. So her body was basically holding on to stubborn weight that just won't budge, especially since hitting perimenopause. So things have become more and more difficult along the way. So she was blaming her metabolism, and I took her through our metabolic repair process and got her body to a place where it finally felt safe enough to actually let go of the body fat. And you can see yeah, you can see the progress in the pictures. She looks amazing. Now, this one is Nadia. So Nadia is a client of mine who also struggled for years with failed diets, and she felt like, you know, it didn't matter what she was doing, nothing has ever worked for her, but she was desperate to lose 10 to 15 kilos, to get leaner and more toned so that she could feel confident and comfortable in her own skin again, and no longer, she just didn't want to obsess over food anymore. So we worked together for 6 months, and we focused on the following things. So we maximized Nadia's metabolic rate, and we prioritized hormone health. Then we maximized fat burning during every workout, and we also focused on lifestyle integration. So social events, alcohol, family dinners, date nights, and foods Nadia enjoys were an important part of the process, right? So together we were able to identify Nadia's exact amount of flexibility she could enjoy based on her goals and her personal preference. So again, it's all about finding that balance between, you know, working on your goals, but also being realistic with other lifestyle commitments that you might have going on. Okay, this is Steph. So Steph came to me with a lot of digestive issues. So she was bloated and uncomfortable, and she had a lot of brain fog pretty much all the time. So she was complaining about being bloated after eating. She had gas constantly throughout the day, and her stomach was really, really big and bloated and painful. So to go with that, she also had irregular bowel movements and obviously brain fog that was really like plaguing her. So it's definitely, I just want to put this in there, it's definitely not something as women we need to just simply deal with and get on with it, right? So me and Steph, so we focused on her diet and her lifestyle. She was able to not only shift the weight, especially obviously as you can see in the midsection, but she also balanced her hormones along the way, and she healed her gut, which needed healing, and she reduced her uncomfortable bloating. So, you know, life is more pleasurable and enjoyable, but at the same time, she doesn't look pregnant anymore, which is something that she hated about her belly. Right, so let me just give you a bit of a conclusion here. So you've just been exposed to the principles you need in order to achieve your weight loss goals, and you saw the examples of my clients who started just like you, and they are now experiencing the transformation. So they focused on mindset, movement, meals, and better metabolics based on their unique hormonal situations. So you now understand how all of this works, but in order to get the results, you need the 4 things, right? So you need the 4 frameworks. So what you don't want to do is, like, I don't want you to have to buy 4 separate programs just to learn those 4 things, and then being left to having to piece it all together on your own. So obviously you've tried different things in the past and it didn't really work for you, and you've seen programs that only teach one piece of the puzzle and obviously charge a lot of money for that as well, right? So yeah, let's be honest, you don't know what you don't know, and what I mean by that is that you can't reverse engineer the success from the outside, right? So you don't see the whole picture, but I do, because obviously I've done this with all of my clients and I've seen it all the different scenarios, and I don't want you to miss the tiniest detail or details that make the biggest impact. So for example, like massively restricting your calories, only to set you up for failure. So we don't want that, and this is the reason why I've created my weight loss mastery program, and this is where this particular program was born. So there is actually no other program out there that is going to give you the strategies that are required to balance your hormones and boost the metabolism for sustainable weight loss. So no matter if you're in perimenopause, menopause, and beyond, women do go through various hormonal shifts, right, throughout their life, and it's important to work with your body and not against your body if you want those lasting results. And here's a bit of a timeline. So this is how it works. So we're getting into the nitty-gritty details of what the weight loss mastery program experience is like, and what's included, and what it's like to implement and go through the program itself. So so you've got coaching calls. This can be either like a form of a group setting or one-on-one. Then you're going to get chat access to either the group chat, if that's something that you are choosing to do, or direct access as well. So you've got the option there. There's going to be weekly support emails to motivate you and support you every single week. Then there is your private membership area. So here you've got your course content, so your monthly workouts are changing every single month. Then you've got your comprehensive recipe library. You also get new recipes every single month. And then there's things like worksheets and templates designed to support you throughout the program. So here's a bit what you can expect and how it all works over a 6-month period. So in month 1, what we're doing is we're basically fixing cravings, and we're eliminating any binge eating or overeating issues that often come from depriving yourself or not eating the right foods. Then in month 2, you're going to go through like a balanced mood. You notice improved sleep and reduced hot flashes. So you're already going to feel so much better in month 2. Then when you get to month 3, you have less overall aches and pains and lower blood sugar pressure levels. Yeah, which is amazing. So that's often what leads to insulin resistance as well, and things like type 2 diabetes. So in month 4, you have enhanced fat burning and improved body shape. So here you're really going to notice the difference between just the number on the scales, but also the way your clothes are fitting. And then what you find in month 5, you have increased your metabolic rate, and you're continuously in that fat burning mode until you get to your results. And typically what we're seeing, obviously, this varies from person to person depending on your history and where you're at right now and where you want to be, but we're typically experiencing 10 to 15 kilos lost on average during a 6-month time period. And yeah, so every day that passes, the more you stay stuck on the hamster wheel of self-sabotaging diets, and the more you become less confident. So that's just natural. And then you're going to be less happier, and you keep wasting your time and energy and money into unhealthy lifestyle situations that you actually hate, right? So the more you keep wasting money on fad diets and shakes and supplements and eating out, the further you're actually getting away from your goals and where you actually want to be. So think about it. How much is it costing you not to actually make some changes now, not to actually do this? So receiving messages like this is the reason why I really love what I do. So this client here said, I think I needed this. She's in our academy group coaching program. She said, I think I needed this community more than I realized. I absolutely needed the accountability, and I knew that, but seeing other people struggle and succeed with me seriously helps, and watching everyone build each other up, and all of your advice is just so helpful. I hope you realize how amazing this program is and what a gift you've given us all. I know I can't thank you enough. And imagine how different your life will be and could look like in 12 weeks, 6 months, 12 months from now. So I really want you to consider being my next success story. So right, let's have a look at this. So basically, this client here tried other coaches, but she never really got the support and accountability that she needed in order to reach her goals. And I'm absolutely honored to be her coach. And I love it when, I received this message, and honestly, it made my day. She said, "You're the best. Honestly, I've had a couple of nutrition coaches in the past, but you are easily the one who has been most attentive, pushed me when I needed it, and taught me so many things in just a few short months. And I appreciate everything you do for me and our group." So this is just to give you an idea. it's really having that community that makes all the difference, but then also having access to the skills and the knowledge that is required in order to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. And with that being said, like, I'm very excited to be jumping on the call with you and see what's possible for you and, you know, what it looks like of us working together.